Hello, and welcome to Eckler's Performance and Restoration Tech Center. I'm Mike Wilson, your host for today's installation video. Today we're going to show you how to remove the stock exhaust on a C6 Corvette, and we're going to show you how to install a custom aftermarket exhaust system. And there are 4 very good reasons to make this installation. Number 1, you want to improve the sound on your C6 Corvette. The sound system, or as it were, the muffler system on a Corvette is not really a true high-performance sound. We're going to change that. Next, you'll want to improve the look of the tailpipes on the C6 Corvette, and you can do that with an aftermarket exhaust system. Beyond that, you want to get the added benefits of improved horsepower and improved torque. Joining me today for the installation will be Randy Irwin. We'll be ready to start in just a minute. Randy, the first thing we want to do on this C6 is remove the sway bar so that we can drop it down. So we're just going to remove the middle bolt so that we can drop it down and get it out of the way.
Right, Mike. The sway bar bolts to the back of the rear end here, and they are with 18 millimeter bolts at the top and 18 millimeter nuts at the bottom. To remove the bottom ones, you just have to use a 15 millimeter wrench on the front and an 18 millimeter socket on the back. Unbolt the lower sway bar bolt, which is also the lower control arm bolt, and then remove the upper sway bar bolt, which is 18 millimeter also.
Right, then we'll repeat the process on the opposite side and drop the sway bar down. So we can stop there. We don't need to show this. Okay. Now that we've got the bolts loose, we can drop it down.
Right, Mike. We'll slide the sway bar to the rear of the car and down. This will give us plenty of room to get the mufflers and the over-the-axle pipes out from underneath the car.
Okay. Step 2, Randy, in this procedure is to remove the clamps on the over-the-axle pipes.
Right, Mike, using a 15 millimeter ratchet, 15 millimeter socket and ratchet, just loosen them. You don't have to back them all the way off, but just loosen the band clamps, and that'll take the load off the exhaust pipes to the over-the-axle pipes.
Yeah, this step 2 is also very easy. What we're going to do now is we're going to remove this bolt that attaches the passenger side heat shield. This is needed in some applications for automatic equipped cars.
Right, Mike. Just using a ratchet and a 13 millimeter socket, just back that bolt completely out.
And once you've got it out, you'll want to remove the retaining clip that holds it in there so that it'll give you enough clearance for certain applications.
Correct.
Our next step is to remove the mid-pipe hanger.
Right, Mike. These are held to the bell housing with springs and a 13 millimeter nut.
And there are 2 of them. They're very easy to remove as well. The reason we're removing the mid-pipe hanger is because on some exhaust systems, they will go from the muffler all the way to the head pipe. The last piece of hardware we have to remove is the head pipe nuts.
Right, Mike. The exhaust pipe bolted to head pipes with 2 15 millimeter nuts on each side.
Right. Very easy to remove, as is all of the rest of the system.
It's great to work on a new car.
No grunge, no rusted and mangled bolts. Very easy.
That's great. They're studded, so that makes the matter even easier.
Randy, it's been our experience that when you have stubborn over-the-axle pipes, when they're tied tight to the mid-pipe, the best thing to do is go ahead and drop down the mid-pipe.
It makes it much, much easier, and those definitely can get stuck. Once you've removed the 2 nuts, pull the 2 flanges back, slide the rear exhaust pipes back, and they're off.
Now that we've got the mid-pipe disconnected from the head pipe, it's simply a matter of wiggling, jiggling, and pulling forward, and it'll separate from the over-the-axle pipes.
Exactly, Mike. Just a little up and down.
I'm going to hold this in for you.
Thank you very much.
There it is.
The mid-mount pipes come loose from the over-the-axle pipes.
Randy, we're now to the back end of the car, and we're ready for the final removal process, and that's the muffler cans.
Right, Mike. Off the back of the mufflers, you have 2 stems on each muffler that go into muffler hanger isolators. These just pop right in. You pull these back like that.
Yeah, there are 2 of them on each side.
2 of them on each side with the sway bar out of the way. Drop the muffler down and lift it up over the rear axle.
Correct. And now we've got the whole removal process completed except for this side. This side is exactly the same as the other. One thing we may want to point out to everybody is on the passenger side muffler, if it's an automatic, you may have a little bit more time involved in removing the muffler because it's going to require that we go under the car, and where we've got this heat shield by the transmission, it's going to be necessary to bend this forward tab back 90 degrees so that it will facilitate moving the exhaust pipe up past the heat shield in the transmission.
Right, Mike. What you'll do is remove the bolt, remove the clip, and then bend that tab straight up.
Right, and then we'll remove the muffler, and then when you're ready to reinstall it, all you have to do is bend it back down.
Exactly.
It's a simple process. It takes a little bit more time, but we did want to point that out to everybody so that they understand that the right side muffler on an automatic may require a little bit extra work. It kind of depends on how they're built at the factory. Some are a little bit harder, some are a little easier.
Right.
Okay, we've got the stock exhaust removed. Now we're ready to proceed with the installation of our new high-performance Corvette exhaust system. This is a catback system, and Randy, this one is a CORSA. It's a CORSA Sport.
This is great, Mike. This is made out of 304 stainless. It's got the full flow exhaust muffler in it. It's really going to sound good and pick up about 9 or 10 horsepower at the rear wheels.
And one of the things that's so nice about this system is it's got the double wall angle tips.
Those things are beautiful.
Polished stainless steel, very nice look. Now, one of the hallmarks of the Corsa is that it has a very nice European sound at idle and under acceleration, so you get all of the sound that you'd want. But their hallmark, their trademark is that they're whisper quiet at cruise. So when you're driving, you're not going to find any annoying resonance, and you're not going to find a loud, harsh exhaust note. So when you want to think about getting an exhaust system, you want to think about Corsa as whisper quiet, yet powerful under acceleration with a powerful sound. Now, they also make a touring system that complements this, so if you want a little more mellow sound, you'd opt for the touring system instead of the sport. But what we've installed, or what we're going to install today, is the sport system. And let's show a couple of the features on this before we actually do the install. We brought a cutaway muffler, and as you can see, the cutaway shows that this is a straight-through muffler. It doesn't have a lot of routing. It doesn't have a lot of restriction.
I don't see any packing at all.
No, there's no packing in it.
That's great.
And it does have baffling so that you achieve the whisper quiet at cruise, yet still have the nice rumble when you start the car and when you accelerate.
That's going to be great.
So we'll put this down and we'll get started with the install.
Okie doke.
Okay, Randy, now we're ready to put on the left muffler, and what I'm going to do first is install this muffler clamp. I'm going to put the nut side to the bottom, and as you know, this muffler has a tilt, so part of the muffler serves as part of the over-the-axle pipe.
Exactly.
So that's why it has this more severe angle. So
Great.
Let's put him in place.
Okay. Now these studs on the back of the muffler will go right to the factory muffler isolators. Right in there.
Okay, we're
Beautiful.
in. I'm going to hold it up while you go around and
All right.
Install the over-the-axle pipe.
Coming at you.
Okay.
This will go right into the inlet of the muffler, Mike. Just like so.
Okay, we're good.
You can relax now if you like, Mike. It's all
right.
hooked together.
Got it. And now we're ready to do the other side.
Okay, we're on, Mike.
All right, I'll hold it up while you
Okay.
locate the over-the-axle pipe.
Coming at you.
All right.
There we go. You can relax.
All right, we're on. Now we're ready for the mid-pipe.
The mid-pipes will attach right to the over-the-axle pipes, Mike.
All right, we just have to work him around until we get him to slide on a bit. And we're on a bit.
There
now
we
let
go.
me come over here to this side.
All right.
Back him up just a little bit. Okay.
Great.
Good.
Now
we're in.
we'll attach the mid-pipe to the head pipes.
Right.
There we go. They're held to the head pipes with studs
Got our
and
flanges
4
in
nuts.
place. And now all we have to do is bolt everything up and zip him up, tighten him up, and start him up.
It's going to sound great.
Okay. All right, so we've got the CORSA exhaust system installed now. This is the CORSA Sport exhaust system, and I like the look. I really like the way it looks back here. It's a powerful look. It's a highly polished look, and it complements the car very well. And now we're ready to have Randy start the car up so that we can hear what it sounds like at idle, and Randy will rev it up a couple of times for us as well. Randy, start it up. As advertised, the CORSA exhaust system has a very European sound at idle, and the note as you accelerate or rev is very nice, very European in my opinion. And I've been in a car with these on them, and I can tell you they are nice and quiet at cruise. So when you're looking for a nice set of exhaust systems or a nice set of exhaust pipes that really sound nice, you want a whisper quiet cruise, yet you want a nice European sound, be sure and consider CORSA.